What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Power Block for February 27th, 2018. It's almost March.
Yes.
I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan. Alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
Oh, Ninja Theory, please make ActRaiser for Switch.
Oh, jeez. Ed, I feel weird. I feel weird today.
Why?
Because I've been testing out this new microphone I got. By the way, I got a new microphone. Woohoo! I'm really excited. It's a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm very excited about it.
Yes.
But the one thing is like I can hear myself in the headset that I'm wearing now because I can put the audio through the microphone. And so when I talk, I hear myself talk, and I sound like I'm talking really loud. So that's why I'm like really close to the microphone. And now I feel like I'm not talking loud enough.
I mean, you're talking fine. I think the thing is that I guess you got your hand on it, so it's picking up when you moving and stuff. It's doing all the creaking noise and stuff like that.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
I was holding it in place, but I guess I don't have to do that, huh? Sorry, everybody, for that first couple minutes of that. I got it because Ed and I started recording Let's Pod and Play.
Yes.
Well, I didn't get it. My parents bought it for me because I started a new job today, and they're kind of congratulating me on getting a new job. So it was really weird to go into a new job today, Ed. Every Monday for like the last 7 or 8 years, to be honest with you. Even though I worked there for 13 years, I've been going into this one building. Well, I guess two, because when they opened the new store, I moved to the new store. So like the last 7 years, I've been driving to this one building and opening on Mondays. And I didn't drive out there today. It was really weird.
Did you drive? You didn't have to drive past it though, right?
No, my new job is about. Took me 7 minutes to get there today instead of like 35.
Nice.
So
that's so good.
Yeah, and I also might sound a little tired because after we recorded World 1 last night, I went to bed and it was already like 11:30. But then I didn't fall asleep till after midnight, and then I woke up at 5 o'clock because I'm like, I didn't want to be late, and I was anxious and stuff. But I mean, my cousin told me I did a good job today, and he's the one training me. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We have a meeting tomorrow at 7:30 a.m., and then I'll do my second day of training, and they might let me go on my own on Wednesday.
Is there a GPS that you get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every truck has a GPS in it, and then I'll set my phone GPS too, just in case. But
okay.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird starting a new job today.
I'll be doing that like within a month and a half, so it's gonna be interesting. I haven't started looking at anything just yet, but I know when it's time to start, like after I take my week vacation, I'm going to probably be like, okay, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And am I going to be driving everywhere, or am I going to be at just some small little building? Like I know one of my goals is to try to avoid Black Friday, but that might be impossible. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes.
Yeah. But it was a good day. It was interesting. I'm still like a little, I don't know if overwhelmed's the right word, but like I feel like
you're still taking it in. Yeah. In a way.
Yeah, and like tomorrow there's like, I understand the gist of the job, but there's like the little things that are like, okay, well, what is this? What is that? What is this? Like there's little things,
Yeah.
So,
stuff you gotta learn.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but I'm happy that I have a new job, and I'm excited to do more with it, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that happened today. So, but let's talk about what we've been playing. Well, no, first, actually, I was talking about this microphone, and
Yes.
I'm excited. I've been thinking about replacing my microphone for a while, and it's laying over there. And so my parents got me this one to congratulate me on a new job and stuff, and I got it. I talked to them about replacing my microphones probably like in November. And I was like, I need to order a new microphone. And I was going to order one because our second Let's Pod and Play, the first, by the way, season 2 of Let's Pod and Play starts on Saturday. So,
Yay!
Subscribe to youtube.com/NGR Radio for Ed and I's first episode of Tomb Raider. We're doing Tomb Raider, and we talk about a lot of things. It was a really good, different type of podcast, and we got to do it while we were playing one of our favorite games, so it's cool. So Tomb Raider is our first episode, but I wanted to, like, the second episode we recorded, that microphone was just crackling way too much, and so like I tried to cut a lot of it out, but a lot of it's still in there, and I was like, I need to replace this microphone. It is too crackly. And so they did it for me. So, thanks, Mom,
Yay.
Dad. Love you. Thanks. I know you're not listening to this, but thanks. But that's like the big thing. Let's Pod and Play is coming back for season 2. Ed and I have decided to do 12-episode seasons. So, from March to May, you'll be getting a Let's Pod and Play every week. And then we will start another season in like August-ish. That will run through October, November. So, that's happening. But
Yay!
Besides the Pod and Plays, Ed, you guys are gonna have to watch it. I had so much fun doing the Tomb Raider one.
Yeah, had a really, really great discussion with that.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it was just fun. It was just fun to play that game again. I forgot about that opening.
Yeah. And I kind of want to finish. I think I might just like go in and just finish what I did. Like I said, I want to try to get everything on this. And I was just like, man, when you are in the zone in that game, you just want to play more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I was like, man, maybe I should just play this and just post the Let's Plays after, you know. But anyways, Ed, what have you been playing besides our Pod and Play stuff?
So, back on my Xbox One, I got 4 more levels of Doom. By the time of this recording, I was very determined to finish it, and then my eyes were getting watery, and I had to cut it off. I don't know what's going on. My eyes been itching for a couple of days, so it's kind of been hard for me to look at a TV screen and a monitor at times. Not when I'm podcasting, I'm literally fine. But when I'm trying to play something lately, I don't know, it can't be allergies because I'm not really allergic to anything. My eyes are just somehow just dry at the moment. I don't know what. But I'm probably by the time we get onto Friday's episode of Power Block, I'll have the game finished. I'm determined to really get in this game and finish it. And then I'll be ready to move on to something else on one. For Switch though, I'm like halfway on Bayonetta 2. I'm just fighting this Lumen Sage for the second time. So I'm getting further into that. I should be done with the game probably by Thursday also. Then playing some Yakuza 0 still. Monster Hunter Stories on 2DS. And then probably this weekend I'll be picking up some games. I don't know which one just yet, but like, man, at our job, dude, our Nintendo Switch games are almost gone. Like all of them. Like I only got like about 9 games left, but none of them I don't really want because I own most of them. Only one that I would have probably got was like Cave Story or The Binding of Isaac, but I'm like, I could get these somewhere else, so they're not a big priority, and it's not really like a big sale on them. So I'm not really worried about that. Shoot, I still got to start Battlefield 1. I got to still install that game. But that's pretty much what I've been playing. And I just got a taste to play DMC Devil May Cry. But we'll probably be playing that hopefully for Pilot Play.
Yep, it's an episode of DMC is scheduled. We've got... I probably wrote down like 10 games that we should probably do now. And like that would fill out a whole season. So... you know, and sometimes Ed and I won't be playing the same game. We'll be comparing games or talking about the influences of one game to another.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I'm going to be jumping back into Neo and Wolfenstein 2 on PS4. I haven't really played a lot on my PS4, but I really want to jump back into those. Like Wolfenstein 2, I really want to finish, even though I need to finish one. I need to jump into one. The Metro one though, we're doing Metro Redo for Pod and Play. I can't wait to play that again with you, or like start the game up and like play it, because I started. I think it was on PS3. I think.
Yeah, it was. Metro 2033 was an Xbox 360 exclusive, and then Last Light came to PS3 and 360, and then Metro Redux put both games on Xbox One and PS4.
Okay, so then Last Light was the one that I played, because only he played on that Metro on PS3, and I got it like used for like $7. So I got this version like for about 10, and I kind of just want to not replay. I really want to start it up because I haven't really get into the Metro games. I think it might have been the graphics or something. It was like too dark to see stuff, and there wasn't no way to tell you on what to go and what to do. Like I don't know. There just wasn't anything that I could be like, oh, okay, I need to do this. Bam. So hopefully when we get to that, that's going to be a ball. So,
yeah.
But that's what I've been playing. I put Xenoblade Chronicles 2 down for a second because of Bayonetta 2, just at the moment. But I need to start picking up some more Switch games, dude, like indie and like retail. But I'm trying to work through this backlog for my other systems.
Yeah,
so.
That backlog, it's there.
Yeah.
I haven't really played anything since our last episode. I've been like, Friday was my last day at my other job, and so like it was kind of weird. That day, I went in and, like, they threw, like, a pizza party and got pizza and cake and stuff for me. It was really weird, and they got me all cards and gifts and stuff. It was, like, I don't know. It still hasn't, like, hit me that I don't work there anymore, to be honest with you. It was just like, oh, I've had 3 days off, and, like, today was weird because, like, my cousin and I go on road trips all the time to, like, shop for rare video games or just hang out or whatever. And, like, today kind of just felt like we were going on a road trip because he's training me. So, like, it still hasn't hit me yet that, like, I have a new job and what I did today was the new job. But people got me things, and, like, my general manager who... You know, he's been my boss for like 13 years, and he got me an Amazon gift card, which was really, really nice. And like, I found a Wii U Pro controller, so I bought that. Really cheap.
Yes.
Thanks, boss. But you know, it was weird. And then Saturday, what did we do on Saturday? Saturday, I slept in. Because we were going to try to do the third episode of Metro, or of Let's Pod and Play.
Okay.
But you ended up working. You worked Saturday night, and I was like, if I get up early, I'm going to. We'll do it. But I ended up sleeping till almost 11:30, I think.
Yeah, dude. And I was like out the house.
Yeah, and I was like, well, Ed's gone. So. And then what did I do? I think I just kind of like watched TV and like hung out with my wife. And then there was a point where I was like, I want to play games, but I just don't feel like getting up. honestly. And then I started doing some stuff for that's what I did. I edited NGR on Saturday too. So I was like editing stuff and writing and trying to prep some stuff for the upcoming weeks. And then yesterday, we celebrate Sunday. When this goes up, we celebrated. We finally celebrated our Valentine's Day / celebrating me leaving one job and starting another. And
Yay.
we went out to lunch. But before that, like we went out. We were throwing. Or my wife went to work with her sister, and they came back. And there was a really nice coffee table.
Yes,
If you guys want to check it out, Corey and HD on Instagram, you can find it.
Yes, I need to. I looked at it. I'm just like, is this an old table? This is an old photo. I'm like, oh no, this is brand new, and it looks good, dude.
Yeah, like there's a couple dings and nicks in it, but like one of the chairs has a stain on the seat, but like. Other than that, it's like a really, really nice dining room table. And it even has one of those things in the middle that like you can spread the table out and lift up the middle and it makes the table longer.
Yeah.
So I think my wife called it a leaf, but I don't really know. I think she was making that up. I know she's not making it up, but that just sounds like a fake term for that. And then we only found 3 chairs initially, and it was like, oh, okay, well, three matching chairs is probably okay for now. And then we left we were getting ready to leave for lunch, and we found the 4th chair. The 4th chair was just out there, so we stopped, and I ran it into the house before we left for dinner. It was pretty awesome, but to get it.
Look, are you sure? Are you sure you don't live? You're not a hood person. You sure you're not black? Because we would have did the same. We do the same thing. Yeah, we better start the car, and we'll just shove it all in and leave. My friend. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like half of our conversation was like, "What are we gonna find when we get back?" The thing is, too, there's 2 really nice bookshelves in there too, but the way they threw them in there. They like cracked the bookshelves, so like they weren't sturdy, but they were like solid, like nice bookshelves that like go in the corner of walls. Like they are angled bookshelves. I was like, oh man, those are awesome. I want those for games, but they were busted up.
Okay.
But then like we had to rearrange the whole living area to get this dining room table in. Like you've been to our apartment. You know the sliding glass door where we would walk in?
Yeah.
We put
in the corner, you guys had the desk, I think, right there.
Yeah, that's where the dining room table is now. But in order to do that, we had to move the desk over to the other end where the air conditioner is. So we shifted the whole living area like 90 degrees. Whoops. And like, yeah, we spent like 3 hours doing that yesterday, and after that I was like, well, I didn't get to play games, so I guess we're gonna record World 1-1. So we recorded World 1-1, and then I was like, it's 11:30, I'm so tired. So that was I played like Adult Simulator this week, I guess.
A different version of The Sims.
Yeah. But I mean, I did some Let's Plays and stuff. They're up on the YouTube page. I just randomly played some old games, and I think I talked about it last week, but
yeah,
it was fun. I'm going to pick a game after, like, today's busy, and because after this I have to scarf down dinner, and then we're recording NGR tonight at 8:30 or 9, and then I'm just gonna crash after that. And when I get home from work tomorrow, I'm going to try to play some games. So maybe I'll have something new to talk about on Friday.
Me too. Like I'll probably be home by 1:30 my time, and just try to like do some kind of gaming, like work on Doom. I need to go to GameStop. I forgot to go there Saturday morning, because I need to see if they got that Vanquish for Xbox 360, because I know it's backwards. So because I kind of want to play it which would be something that we'll talk about next episode on Arsenal X. We're going to save the turtle commentary for a later date in March.
Nice. Yeah. So. I wouldn't have minded if you guys did that last night, but I'm kind of glad you didn't because I want to watch it.
Yeah, and Jesse was just like, he's cool without recording because he could play games with his friend. I was like, go ahead and play. You guys take a break. My thing was for you definitely to get your sleep in because of the new job. And when Jesse said that he's cool taking a break with it, I'm like, okay, go take a break, go have fun with your friends. Like, you guys mean a lot to me for Arsenal X, and I would rather you guys be comfortable and get and be able to relax and do what you need to do. So but I might shoot you a file. I think I might try to do an Arsenal X mini, which is just like probably get one news or two news stories and just talk about them and then send it. Probably something 15-30 minutes for at least so you can have something for Wednesday in case. It'll be all audio, so you won't have to really do much.
Okay. Well, I mean, if not, it's okay.
Okay.
So, well, I guess that's what we've been playing. Why don't we get into some of the lack of news this week?
Yes.
So there was this really there's this really cool thing happening on Nintendo's official website where you can now leave user reviews on games. I thought that was really cool.
Yes.
So let me read this news story from Nintendo Life. In a bold move by Nintendo of America, you can now add reviews for certain Switch games on its official site. So far, games such as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2 have garnered universal praise from customers, as you'd expect. So just to make sure the system was working correctly, we headed over to 1-2-Switch game page, and lo and behold, you can actually give negative reviews as well. There are a few negative reviews for 1-2-Switch, which isn't really surprising. I'm not going to read the reviews because, I don't really think it's a terrible idea. I just, there's better games out there. But, of course, customers won't be able to leave anonymous reviews. You'll need to be signed in with your Nintendo account. Nintendo also ensures that you have to have played at least 2 hours of the game before you are allowed to leave a review. When leaving a review, you can write a brief summary of your thoughts and give a rating between 1 and 5 stars. You can also choose from a range of tags such as fun to play, immersive, and challenging. So that's cool. That's a really, really awesome idea.
Yeah.
I'm really happy because I don't know if anybody else really does that, right? I mean, Sony, you can either hit or not hit anything on a game page, but other than that, it's I don't know. Does Xbox have anything like that? They have a rating system,
Nope.
right? They don't.
Nope.
But how do you feel about this, Ed?
I think it's good. They normally ask you when you buy games. It asks you a survey on the game or how you were rated and things that you got to say whether it's negative or positive. I like it the way that they're now making it more open to the public, that you can show of what you thought about this game, and it may help developers when they make their sequel to that game, if they get a chance to make it, to take all that feedback, good and bad, and be able to apply it to their game. I just hope people don't get really nasty or really use a whole bunch of profanity and stuff, because I'm stuff like that is not needed. You could they could leave a review and leave some criticism and be able to do it clean. So it's good that Nintendo is allowing this to happen, and it's good that they gave them requirements that you have to play 2 hours of this game, because you shouldn't be able to play a game and say, "Oh, I don't like this. It sucks." It only been the trailer or something, like the intro or the tutorial or something. You really got to experience what the game is trying to offer. It didn't give your viewpoint on it.
Yeah, I think the way they're going to combat super offensive or negative reviews like not negative reviews in the sense of like somebody didn't like the game, but like foul language and stuff, is the fact that you have to be signed in with your Nintendo account. Like,
yes.
And, you know, they have to see that you've played at least this X amount of hours with it and stuff. So, not that that's like 100% foolproof plan, but that's probably going to help some people. Because, you know, people on Twitter or comment threads or create accounts just to leave negative feedback, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So I'm glad this exists, because I would like to go on there eventually and be like, hey, I love Zelda, and Splatoon was pretty good, but I still felt like it was a little bit more of the same. Plus, I feel like this is almost free user feedback for them to like,
yes,
for future titles like Splatoon. Okay, it felt like more of the same. How can we switch it up? Like, how do we make it feel like Splatoon while switching it up a little bit? So that'd be cool. I think that'd be really, really awesome.
Yep.
So our next news story, Nintendo was the second best publisher on Metacritic in 2017. How do you feel about that, Ed?
I think they should have been number one. They pretty much was releasing games that were hitting. I'm like, you got 2 10s for a game of the year. You know, you got 2 new IPs that sold very rare snipper clips and ARMS. You know, one of your ports sold almost the same as your pass system, and still doing well. Like, Nintendo has so much attach rates to the Switch, and even they have some good 3DS games. I think they should have gotten number one. They, you know, regardless of what sales numbers and what I don't know who got that number one spot. I'm
gonna read the rankings for you and why this publisher had the first one. So
okay.
Do you want me to read them now, or do you want to?
Go ahead.
Okay, so 10 was Koei Tecmo, 9 was Bandai Namco, 8 was Square Enix, 7 was Sony, 6 was Ubisoft, 5 was Capcom, 4 was Activision, 3 was Sega, 2 was Nintendo, and number 1 was Bethesda. Bethesda had 2 mid-90s games in Wolfenstein 2 and Prey, and they had...
Prey? Really?
That's what it says. And then Dishonored, Death of the Outsider had an average Metacritic rating of 87 as of this writing or ranking or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and then Nintendo got number 2 because Zelda and Mario are 2 of the highest rated games ever, but that rank was brought down by a mid-7 score of ARMS and Snipper Clips, and then Mario Kart got mid-8s, and then Fire Emblem Warriors got 7, approximately a 70. So
it is factor is Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Or Pokken.
It doesn't say either of those titles here. It didn't say every game that Nintendo published, but
I wouldn't even give it that, because even I think it sounds like what they added was kind of like all the ratings and made an average of it. This is what it sounds like, because like Prey was okay. I haven't played it, but like people who played it thought it was okay and moved on. They didn't think it was like a 9 or an 8 or something. You know, it's just something that maybe a 7.5. Mm-hmm. You know, because people were just like, oh, it's good, and then moved on from it. And like where like Breath of the Wild and Odyssey and like even ours was good. Like ours was still giving free content after the game came out, and people are still playing it. So it's just, I don't know. It's probably a personal thing of mine, but I'm just like, Nintendo should have been number 1. But congrats to Bethesda, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that Dishonored probably. I didn't play Dishonored, but those games are pretty highly regarded and by people who play them. Wolfenstein 2, by all accounts, except for Matt, was no, not Matt, Moose, Matt. One of them, one of my co-hosts on NGR Radio that I don't pay attention to. I think it was Moose. I think Matt loved it. Moose didn't really care for it, but like a lot of people love Wolfenstein. And then Prey has had like this really weird mixed review going on. So I am unsure what Prey got on Metacritic, but it seems like Skyrim for Nintendo Switch got a separate Metacritic score also. And
Doom should.
And so did Doom for Nintendo, because it's like they titled it Doom for Nintendo Switch and Skyrim for Nintendo Switch. So I think so they could get a separate Metacritic score. So maybe those had a lot to do with it too. But
yeah.
This next story comes from IGN. Payday 2 developer waiting for Nintendo's permission to use the voice chat app for Nintendo Switch. Publisher Starbreeze Studios has said it's waiting on Nintendo to be able to use the company's companion VoIP app for Payday 2. I don't know what VoIP means. Voice. I don't know. Kotaku reports that Payday 2, which relies heavily on communications due to its cooperative nature, will eventually use the Nintendo Switch Online app to facilitate voice chat in-game pending Nintendo's permission. We are waiting. This is a quote from Starbreeze Studios. We are waiting to be able to participate in Nintendo's app solution as soon as we are given the go-ahead. This is definitely on our list to look into the next update. Nintendo consoles have famously not included any means of voice chat between players while in-game. The Switch is no different on its own, but does work with the Nintendo Switch Online app, which came out last July. Until then, there's always Discord. Okay. Or like, the other versions of the game.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was surprised. Like, I ended up canceling my pre-order for Payday because, like, I didn't know how my pay for my last job and pays for my new job, how they were going to intersect. And, like, I didn't really know if we were going to play it together for a Let's Pod and Play or one of our other Let's Play things, but I ended up canceling it. And the reviews were better than I thought they were going to be. But, it's still like 8 or 9 months behind the other versions of the game. But I just can't see this game really surviving well on Switch if it doesn't have voice chat. So,
Yeah, I just give the Switch the updates before you do voice chat, because that.
I think I would rather have voice chat than.
Yeah, but I'm like, I could just Skype with you,
That's true. That's true. I mean, if you're really serious about playing this game, first of all, you're probably playing the PC version or like the Xbox or PlayStation version.
Right.
And second of all, yeah, you're probably using Discord or Xbox Live or something. And if we really wanted to play it, we could just Skype or use the Xbox One voice chat app, or right. There's like several other solutions than this awful app they put out. I'm sorry, that app is not great. Like, it's a neat concept, but it's not great. So
another thing would be, I'm like, even if we were playing Payday together and talking, we're not going to be talking about Payday. We're going to like literally be pretty much pod and play, but just between us two, because we're going to have different conversations.
Pretty much. I do want to kind of play, like I said the last episode, I'm probably going to wait for sale, because like I am interested in playing the single player campaign, which is pretty beefy, I hear. And I think it looks like a cool kind of heist movie game. So like I do want to play that, but it's going to have to be a sale, dude. I can't I can't be paying $50 for this game when the other versions are like 15 and 20. The PlayStation version during the sale last week was like $8. So,
and it was like kind of have more content.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, we'll see. I'll check. We'll check back in with Payday once it gets updates, I'm sure. So,
yeah.
This is from Nintendo Life. You can now play Donkey Kong 3 The Great Counterattack right now. The Sharp X1 version is finally free. Back in the 80s and 90s, Nintendo worked with third-party developer Hudson Soft to bring many of its NES and arcade titles to Japanese personal computers. Most of these ROMs have made their way to the West over the years, but one remained locked away. That is Donkey Kong 3 The Great Counterattack, but it is now available for anyone to play. Donkey Kong 3... I'm not even going to read the Japanese version, I'm sorry. Was originally released in 1984, but wasn't until an intrepid group of gamers recently pooled their money and bought a rare copy from a Yahoo auction for $415 that the retro dream could finally become a reality. Bound to a magnetic disc, this Sharp X1 version was carefully extracted, and the result is an incarnation of the game with some rather strange changes to the original Donkey Kong 3. The original version saw hero Stanley climbing tiers in a series of greenhouses while Donkey Kong leered from above on some vines. In the Japanese PC version, the giant ape floated down with some balloons while Stanley toddles about on a single platform. Not as exciting as the original, but a piece of Nintendo history nonetheless. So you can now download a copy for free at this link, and there's a link in the Nintendo Life story. So, yeah, that's weird. And I watched the video. It's some kind of weird fever dream of Donkey Kong. Like, he's literally just floating down on some balloons, and like the little character that you play as is just like running underneath him. It's really weird. It's really weird.
I think, didn't we get was it Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong 2? It was one of them that you had to like knock bees and stuff. You was like a little man. You had to go up vertically to like hit Donkey Kong with the air and get his head stuck in a beef high.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that was. I only really played a lot of Donkey Kong Jr. That was really the only NES Donkey Kong that I played, or arcade, whatever. And then I didn't play Donkey Kong original until probably there was a dual cartridge that came out with Donkey Kong Jr. on it. And it was Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. and I ended up getting that. And
I think was it like gray? Like the cover was gray, I think. Like the paper cover on the cartridge.
The paper color on the cartridge was orange.
Oh, okay.
And it had Donkey Kong. It had like Donkey Kong holding Pauline, and then Donkey Kong Jr. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. was weird. So I don't know. I have Donkey Kong 3 on Virtual Console somewhere, on my Wii or Wii U somewhere. But yeah, maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe that'll be one of the games I play that you'll make fun of me at. Don't watch me play Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. It's bad. It's real bad.
I'm still laughing about the Mario bit, so that's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's all I will say. It brought me joy.
There's some retro-themed Joy-Cons and Pro Controllers.
These look so nice. I've seen them. Like,
yeah, they're definitely custom made, and they're definitely buying the controllers from like at retail price and reselling them and reskinning them. But Minnesota-based firm Colorware has already made a name for itself with bespoke special edition consoles that mash modern hardware with designs that hark back to classic machines, and now it's giving the 8-bit retro style a glossy black makeover. Colorware has released 2 designs, a Pro Controller 8-bit and some Joy-Cons 8-bit, which combine a rather fetching mix of black, gray, and red accents, resembling the NES. They will set you back $189 for the Pro Controller and $199 for the Joy-Con set, with shipping set for around 3 weeks. So the designs are cool. I love the designs. I love that Pro Controller so much.
Yeah.
But that's a hefty price.
Well, they probably gotta do a lot of labor for it, and they gotta also like kind of reprogram it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. If I had the money, I would definitely be getting one of these, but at the same time, like, I don't have the money, so, I do want to get one of those 8-bit DOE Super Nintendo controllers, though, that Moose keeps flashing around the internet. So.
Yeah.
But I do like these. I think they're really, really cool, especially the Pro Controller. Definitely cool. I love the red buttons and the gray design.
Yeah.
So, hey Ed, guess what?
Yes. What?
There's a new game from Kirby, the Kirby Studio HAL Laboratory.
Cool.
It's for your smartphone.
Oh.
Kirby Studio HAL Laboratory's smartphone game, Part-Time UFO, is now available worldwide. You may remember that towards the end of last year, HAL Laboratory, the studio behind franchises such as Kirby, Earthbound, and Super Smash Bros., released its first smartphone game in Japan. Now, and with a slight name change, the game has finally been released worldwide. Now titled Part-Time UFO for Western audiences, the game sees you using a claw, not too dissimilar from the ones you never get prizes from in the arcades, to help people with their daily tasks. The idea is used quite extensively too, with the same mechanic being used in a variety of different ways, such as stacking things on top of one another, moving furniture around, and plonking cheerleaders on each other's shoulders to create formations. The game is available for $3.99 and has no in-app purchases. Sounds wonderful.
I don't even know how the game looks, so yay.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not really into mobile games. I like HAL Laboratory, and
I do too.
Whatever they do, I'm always interested in at least talking about, but this video is not going to get me to pay $4 for this game. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Man, I'm just clicking around. I'm sorry. I didn't get this news together, but
I want to congratulate Nintendo on a lot of wins for the Dice Award. Zelda
we
Nintendo
didn't even
win.
talk about the Dice Awards.
Yeah, Zelda Nintendo win big at the 2018 Dice Awards. This is from Nintendo Life. And they kind of break down on all the games. Breath of the Wild scooped up 4 awards. They won Game of the Year, Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction, Outstanding Achievement in Game Design, and Adventure Game of the Year. Where Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle won Strategy Simulation Game of the Year. Metroid Samus Return was named Handheld Game of the Year. Fire Emblem Heroes was deemed to be the best mobile release of the past 12 months. And people are still playing that game, putting money in it. And Snipperclips was awarded Dice Spirit, Sprite, and Family Game of the Year awards, where Mario Odyssey was won Outstanding Achievement in Sound Design, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe scooped the Racing Game of the Year. Wow. There was like 30,000 votes, and if you go on Nintendo Life, they break everything down for it. There was a lot of people who won different titles. I do want to say, even though this is a Nintendo podcast, I do want to give it up to Cuphead for winning some of these awards. They did a fantastic job. They were all on Twitter, just happy to get a award for them. And also Hellblade won one. So congratulations also to Studio MDHR and Ninja Theory. I really like those two studios, and I would love for them to do something for Nintendo.
Yeah, I would love to see, I know Cuphead is published by Microsoft or whatever. But I would love to see whatever their next project, whether it's Cuphead 2 or like a Super Cuphead or something like that, really come to Nintendo's platform. I would love for Ninja Theory to put something on Nintendo also. I don't know what it would be, but yeah, I agree with you. I think those two studios are amazing.
I think that's why I said, like, come on, Ninja Theory, make an ActRaiser game.
Yeah.
They know action, and so I would love to see. I'm like, yeah, Capcom didn't give you Devil May Cry, but what you learned from that game, add it to ActRaiser.
Yeah,
like study Darksiders and copy that, but make it better.
Yeah. All right, this final story I think we're going to talk about, unless there's something else that you really want to talk about. But
that's pretty much it.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on mobile gives hope for a Switch port, says Digital Foundry, and that's not the only game. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is one of the world's biggest games right now, attracting millions of players with its intense battle royale action. It's also exclusive to the PC and Xbox line of platforms at present, but that's going to change soon, and the developers have stated they want to bring it to as many systems as possible. PUBG Corporation CEO Chang Han Kim is the one behind that particular comment, and many have cast doubt on whether the game could run properly on anything less powerful than an Xbox One X, a console on which PUBG doesn't exactly perform smoothly at the moment. The notion of Switch hosting the game was mocked by many, but an interesting development has occurred since then. PUBG has come to mobile devices in China. As you might imagine, the mobile version is subject to some serious cutbacks in terms of visual complexity, but the core experience remains intact, and according to Digital Foundry, it could point the way to a potential Switch version. The concept of PUBG Switch ports seemed highly unlikely based on the issues we noted for the Xbox One and even the X versions of the full flat game, but both which seem to struggle with CPU-based limitations, an aspect which would only be amplified on Switch. What we've seen of PUBG on mobile is that a bit of a game changer, though, and presents a route to viability for a potential Switch conversation. At the very least, it demonstrates that in handheld play, graphical reductions can have a positive impact on making the gameplay work on a smaller screen, something that would be crucial for Nintendo's hardware. Second, the CPUs in the likes of the Galaxy S8 and the Razer phone are a generation or two ahead of Switch's ARM Cortex A57s, blah blah blah. Talking about the hardware inside the Switch, but basically, they would have to scale back some stuff on PUBG. But if they use it looks like if they use the graphical settings they're using on phones for the Switch port, they could it would actually benefit from being in handheld mode and running at something of a lesser resolution, maybe cut back the frames per second to 30 from the PC's 60. I think it only runs at 30 on Xbox anyway. And then they also mention Fortnite and Unreal Tournament possibly also making their way over to Switch as well.
I mean, Fortnite would make sense. Fortnite could run. Well, that's the thing. If Fortnite looks good just as the other systems and on PC, on Switch, and player on PUBG looks a little bit worse than that, then that's going to tell you the difference what people are going to actually prefer to play. They're going to want to play more Fortnite than PUBG. Mm-hmm. So...
yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of people on consoles anyway want to play Fortnite other than PUBG. I feel like PUBG has, don't get me wrong, it's selling great on Xbox, but Fortnite's or at least the Battle Royale is free. And like, people, a lot of people are going to be like, well, if it's essentially the same game, I'm going to download the free version as opposed to the $30 version, you know?
Right. That's still having problems. Like, the focus being more on PC for that game than Xbox, and you getting one developer to help you do that game to get the system right. It's just like, I think you should have waited for this one.
Yeah. So, but But yeah, I mean, I would like to see Fortnite come. Like, even if it's not the battle royale, I would just like to see the real game come over, because everybody forgets that there's actually like a real game in there.
People prefer like Rogue Squadron from level 5, like, you know, some of the GameCube stuff that people would prefer.
Yeah. But I mean, if we're talking about these two games, like, I don't know if PUBG would really land on Switch. It's not a game that Switch owners need. It's almost the same. It's almost a similar conversation to like Call of Duty coming to Switch. Like,
Right.
look, it's nice that people want to bring it, but are people really gonna have? Is it really gonna have the audience that they would on the other consoles? You know, with voice
Right.
chat and squads and clans and stuff like that.
Like the professional players will do Call of Duty on the other systems. I think the casual or the people who want to show Activision that they kind of want the series on Switch also, or to get that fair treatment, they'll buy it for Switch and show it from there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's separate from Doom, because a lot of people who are like, even you mentioned, Corey, that Doom's multiplayer is good and people are still playing it and realizing how good that game is. So it'll kind of be that kind of communication, that kind of showing. I just think right now with Fortnite, because a lot of people come in even to my job to talk about Fortnite, so that kind of shows you where people are at now. I think if a Fortnite battle royale was like $9.99 or $19.99, I think people still would buy Fortnite than PUBG.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd be nice to have games on Switch, but look, we've got so many games on Switch now that it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter if these games come over. So, not to say I wouldn't be buying Fortnite or you know,
PUBG.
Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
Like, the experience I want with something like Call of Duty, I wouldn't care what system I played it on, you know. So, but that's just me. I know I'm like in the way minority of that.
You're not the only one.
I know. We're still waiting for Wolfenstein 2 on Switch, even though it's been out since October.
Yeah, I have it. I have it for PS4, but I told Corey, when they announced that mug, it's a must buy. Like, you snatched my wig from my head when you just like announced it, and so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to buy this. And like I said, Doom on Switch is really, really good. I like that.
Yeah.
So come through, Bethesda, come through.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what else.
Epic Games.
I can't wait to see what else Panic Button is working on. I bet it's another Bethesda game, just because like they work so well with them already. It seems like, so.
Which we'll probably, because Blue Point, they did Shadow of the Colossus. Did they do something for Switch also?
I don't know.
I may have to do a research on.
I know they do a lot of stuff for PlayStation, but I know they've done stuff for other platforms. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look real quick.
Because like in the porting kind of section of gaming, I think there's an Australia based company, because they did some ports for Nintendo. And it starts with a T, and I can't think of it. I have to look it up. Blue Point has been doing good, and the one company you just mentioned,
Blue Point,
not Blue Point, Panic Button.
Yeah.
They've been getting recognized for amazing ports on these systems.
Yeah. Okay, so Blue Point, the games they've done. The biggest games they've done: the Shadow of the Colossus remake, which just came out, Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, Gravity Rush Remastered, Flower, the Xbox 360 version of Titanfall 1, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale to Vita, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection for Xbox 360 and PS3, the Eco Shadow of the Colossus Collection for PlayStation 3, God of War Collection for PlayStation 3, God of War Saga for PlayStation 3, and a game called Blast Factor, which I don't know what that is. But
okay, some more mostly. Yeah, you're right. So there's Sony. Yeah,
well,
okay.
they did Titanfall 1 for 360. I mean, they've done Xbox stuff before.
But most of their work is now for Sony, though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I would love to see something happen for. I think Nintendo's version of Blue Point is Grezzo. And so, like, I would love to see them do something for Switch. Like, I don't know if it would be a remake of something or a port of something or something to that nature, but just, dude, by the way, I saw this image the other day of Switch versions of Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and Skyward Sword HD. Somebody posted this image and said $39.99 each, and I was like, oh, I want those so bad.
Oh. To have that kind of that Zelda collection on Switch, I'm like, you might as well just give me 1, 2, and Link to the Past.
Yeah, you might as well just give me a Link Between Worlds HD 2 in there.
Shoot, give me the handheld versions of all games on one cartridge.
Yeah,
and have Link's Awakening where you can play in a regular Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
You gotta play the Game Boy Color. Oh, sorry. You gotta play the Game Boy Color version, man. There's an extra dungeon.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, shoot, we got the ones from Capcom, the ones from Nintendo. How the touchscreen ones will work, though?
Can we just have like a Game Boy collection where it's like Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, Minish Cap, Four Swords. Just give us a Game Boy collection.
Yeah, Four Swords would be a cool online local player game if they could rework that game.
I'm surprised they haven't tried yet. Like, I'm surprised they haven't like announced something like that yet.
Shoot, Four Swords in the Link Between Worlds engine. Yeah, that's the art style. I'd be like, if you charge me $14.99 for this,
maybe they're porting Wind Waker HD, and that's going to be like, hey, this is still $60, but you get this too, and it's just a Four Swords 3 or whatever.
I'll take it. I'll literally take it.
Oh man, yeah, me too. But I think that's going to wrap up this episode. I'm sorry it's a little bit shorter. You got to take care of some stuff before the other podcasts tonight, and hopefully I'll play some games before next week, and hopefully some news will happen before Friday's episode. So, but yeah, remember to watch the first season of Let's Pod and Play, you can watch the first season of Let's Pod and Play, but the first episode of season 2 starts Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern time on youtube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com. The first episode is Tomb Raider. Ed and I talk about diversity and acceptance and all kinds of things of that nature.
Yes.
And then the second episode will be Infamous Second Son. And we talk about superheroes and all kinds of cool things surrounding superheroes. And I'm glad Ed talked a lot because my microphone was cracky. So that's why we got this beauty right here. So
yes.
What else do we need to promote? Download
everybody check out the latest expansion pass for Power Block. Me and Corey talks about Metroid. Yes, we talk about Metroid, and if people could envision that game as a Helldivers or as a Destiny kind of spin-off. We will be doing a part 2. We're still having conversations, but we'll let you know when that one comes out. But check out the first one. It's like when I looked at it and it said 57 minutes, I was just like, goodness, this is an episode of Power Block.
I know that expansion pack's going to be longer than this episode. Yeah.
But that conversation was really, really good.
Yeah. Also, you should check out our movie commentary on the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. That was really, really fun. I know we don't. That's more. Somehow Ninja Turtles got more associated with Arsenal X, but it was really fun. It was a really, really fun episode, and so
Yes.
Yeah, that stuff. Subscribe, and share. Download our family of podcasts. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @ThatRetroCode. You can also check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play, and other podcast apps.
Yeah, you can find me at Corey.
Sorry, Corey. And I do have a new blog up on Nerds Go Wrong Radio. So you guys can read that. I talk about going with the senators and presidents' logic that M-rated games are the reason for mass shootings. So what do we do now? So you guys can go actually read that and get a breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. You can find me at CoreyNHD on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on a plethora of other shows on NGR Radio. Check out ngrradio.com. The next couple days, I have some things going up in the next couple weeks also. So I'm very happy with what I've finished. I just have to edit it and post it. So that should be going up within the next couple days and weeks. I'm trying to spread it out. I just can't put it all up in one day. With that said, check out the Let's Plays I did of Switch games and classic games. They were really bad, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll see you guys Friday. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, everybody. Woohoo!